Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the first topic of CTET syllabus, where, how and when. Here, first is what can we know about the past. Say here, we can through the past we can learn about what people ate and the kind of clothes they wore and the houses in which they lived and the lives of hunters, herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, priests, craftspersons, artists, and the musicians and scientists. The people were lived in the past. About them we can learn. Then we can also find out about the games children were played in that time and the stories they heard. That is also we can know through the past and the place they saw. Place here, the meaning of play here is drama. Okay, the drama, which are the dramas they saw, and the songs they sang. What kind of songs they sang? That is also we can learn in the learning the past. Then here it is very important places we are going to discuss in this chapter. First one we are going to learn about Kirdar and Sulaiman. Okay, here Sulaiman and Kirdar hills are there. It is actually northwest of India. Here we can clearly understand that here it is north. Okay, this is north side and this is south side. This is northwest part of India, and here this is also very important place, that is Garo Hills. Okay, Garo Hills are located northeast side of the India, and this is Ganga river valley. This is also very important, and Ganga and its tributaries, this is also very important, and Vindhya and Narmada. Okay, this place is also very important. Please remember that whenever I am talking about Kirdar and Suleiman Hills, you should remember the Kirdar and Suleiman Hills are located in northwest part of India. You should remember that. And here, if I discussing about Garo Hills, you should remember that Garo Hills are located in northeast side of India, and Ganga River, we are all know that Ganga River and its tributary, and Vindhya, this place is also very important. Okay, here where did people lived? Here we all know that the people have lived along the banks of the rivers for several 100,000 years. Okay, this is all based on the NCERT syllabus. So exactly what are the words which is using in the textbook, that words only we need to learn. Okay, for the CTET exam especially. So here the people started to live along the bank of the rivers and several thousand years ago. Here some of the earliest people who lived here, they were skilled gatherers. Okay, they were skilled gatherers, and the vast wealth of the plants which is surrounded in the forest, in the surroundings of the forest, that also the people know well about that, and they were collecting the roots, fruits and other forest products for their food. They know about the wealth of the plants, and they were collecting the roots, and they were collecting the fruits, and they were collecting the forest products for their food. And they were hunters also. They were hunting the animals. They were hunting wild animals. This is also very important. In this way the people were lived in the past. Okay, previously I have shown the map, that is Suleiman and Kirdar Hills, which is locating in the northwest of India. So here what happened, we'll know about that. See here, This is many times these questions were asked, okay, in the CTET exam as a sentence which I given here. See, some of the areas where women and men. Here they can change these words, these two words. They can give only men, or they can give only women, or they can give only women. Okay, this kind of words they will change and they will ask the question. So here men and women first began to grow crops. Okay, men and women both they started to begin crops such as what is that, wheat and barley. This also they can change and they can give the question, but you should very much clear about this full sentence. What is that? Some of the areas where women and men first begin to grow crops such as wheat and barley about 8,000 years ago are located here. Here in the sense where Suleiman and Kirta Hills, which is locating in northwest part of India. Then people also began rearing animals like sheep, goat, cattle and lived in villages. This word's also very important. That is, the people here started to live in groups. That is, in villages. They started to live in villages. These two sentences are very much important related to Suleiman and Kirtar Hills. What is that? Here the Suleiman and Kirtar Hills are locating in northwest part of India, and men and women first begin to start crops such as wheat and barley, which was started 8,000 years ago. Okay, this is, and they also rearing the animals like sheep, goat, cattle, and they were living in the villages. These two sentences are very much important. Please read thoroughly and remember this thoroughly. This is very important. And next one is, it is related to Garo Hills. Okay, Garo Hills are located northeast part of the India. Garo Hills are locating northeast part of India, and Vindhyas and central India. So Vindhyas are locating in central India. This two places is also very important. This is, these were some of the other areas where agriculture developed. Here agriculture was developed where in the Garo Hills. Agriculture was developed in the Garo Hills, and the rice was first grown in the where north part of Vindhya. North part of Vindhya. The rice was first grown in which place? North part of Vindhya. This two sentences also very important. Most of the times these questions were asked from this chapter. This slide is very important. Then next one is the river Indus and its tributaries. Tributaries are nothing but small rivers that flows into large river. It will flow into a large river. That is nothing but small river which is flow into a large river. That is tributary. So here about 4,700 years ago, some of the earliest cities, this is very important, some of the earliest cities were flourished on the bank of the river Indus. This is very important. 4,700 years ago on the bank of the river Indus, earliest cities were flourished. Then in 2,500 years ago, cities were developed on the bank of the river Ganga. Here earliest city was started on the bank of the river Indus. Here on the bank of the river Ganga, the cities were developed. Okay, in how many years ago? 2,500 years ago. This is very important. See here, river Indus means we can easily remember that Harappan civilization that is flourished on the bank of river Indus. This is also there in the northwest part of India. and the cities were developed on the bank of the river Ganga and its tributaries in the years 2500 years ago. The area along this river to the south part of the Ganga is known as Magadha. Okay, that time the south part of the Ganga was called as Magadha. It was very big kingdom. At present it is there in Bihar. Okay, it was laying in the state of Bihar. Its rulers were very powerful and set up large kingdoms. Okay, kingdom was set up by the powerful rulers. Here kingdoms were set up in other part of the country as well. By these powerful kings, other kingdoms were also set up. Okay, set up uh, of the country as well. Other part of the country as well. Please remember this slide is also very important. And some of the important dates, the beginning of the agriculture, we all know that 8,000 years ago the agriculture was started on the bank of the river, where that you should find out and comment. Okay, the first city on the Indus. Okay, the first city was started on the bank of the river Indus 4,700 years ago. Cities cities in the Ganga Valley. Okay, the big kingdom in Magadha. Okay, the big kingdom was established on the south part of the Ganga in the 2500 years ago. This is also very important. At present, we are there in the 21st century. And why do people travel? Okay, these people were, before setting up these kingdoms, the people were traveling from place to place. Okay, why these people were traveling? This some important topics are there. Okay, let us discuss. People traveled from place to place of the subcontinent to another places as well. Okay, why? Hills and high mountains included the Himalayas, deserts, rivers and sea made journey dangerous at the time. So nowadays we can easily travel from place to place. All these places we can easily cross. But that time it was this journey, okay, this travel was made very difficult because Himalayas, deserts and rivers were there. That time that was the facility was not good enough, so that the people were facing so much of dangerous, but it was not impossible even though they were traveling. Some men and women moved in a search of livelihood. Okay, they were search for the livelihood. The people, men and women, they were traveling from place to place and to find out the foods. Okay, that is also they find out the food. Okay, this is nothing but livelihood. For that they were traveling because of the natural calamities. Okay, natural calamities like floods and drafts. This is also made them to travel from one place to another place. Sometimes men marched in arms. Okay, this is nothing but while traveling, other people will be there, no, for protecting from them. They were traveling in by the arms. Okay, and merchants were traveled with caravans, okay, or ships carrying valuable goods from place to place. So we all know that from China we are purchasing silk. Okay, that time also, in the past also, we were purchasing silk from the China. How the silk was coming to India? Through the merchants, by the caravans and ships, and carrying valuable goods from the place to place. And religious teachers were walking from village to village and town to town, stopping to offer instructions and advices on the way while these religious teachers were traveling. Okay, from village to village, town to town, and they were stopping to offer instructions and guiding the people and advising the people, and they were helping people live in a peaceful way. Okay, the religious teachers were helping people to live peaceful life while teaching the religious teachings. And some people traveled driven by the spirit. Okay, some people were in the spirit. Okay, they were to spirit of adventure. They were traveling to discover new places. They were traveling. All this leads to sharing of idea between the people, sharing of ideas between the people, how the people were learning new trends, new styles because of this travels. Nowadays also it is happening. Okay, this is actually this is match the following till now what we discussed. Okay, this is about match the following. Please try to solve this. This is also very important. It can be asked for 1 mark in CTET exam. First one is Narmada Valley, Magadha, Garo Hills, Indus and its tributaries, and Ganga Valley. The first big kingdom, hunting and gathering, city about 2500 years ago, early agriculture, the first city. This please match and comment. And thank you for everybody for watching this, and learning is very powerful. Keep learning. Please like the video and share the video and subscribe for my channel. Thank you. Thank you everybody.